Hello, I'm Mrs. Chan, Principal of Hillgrove Secondary School. Thanks for tuning in to our e-open house. Right, on the first note, I just want to congratulate all the P6s who are watching us now. Right, congratulations on the completion of your PSLE. I'm not sure how you feel about the scores that you received, whether you're delighted with it or whether you're a little bit disappointed. But as a secondary school principal, I just want to encourage you, all that is history. Once you come to a secondary school, we all start from the same starting line again. And what is important now is to pick a school that brings out the best in you. And to all the parents, right, I'm sure it must have been quite a journey for you as well, even as you accompany your child through his PSLE preparation. And this is a crucial time, and I believe this is a decision that you have to make as a family to decide which schools are more suitable for your child. So I hope you will give us some time, right? Find out about Hillgrove so that you can consider whether this is a choice school for your child or not. Assisting me are my two vice principals, Mr. Marvin Chan and Mr. Sung Ching Sing. Our school vision, reflective learners, caring change makers, speak about students who are engaged in their learning, who are able to make sense of their learning, and thereafter use their skills, their knowledge and talents for the benefit of the greater society that they are in. Their community can include their class, the school, or even in the neighborhood that they stay in. And we hope that they can all make a positive change with all the things that they have learned through school. Reflective learners, caring change makers. And in our school, we are guided by this philosophy, P plus C equal S. P for potential, C for character, and S for success. We believe that every student that comes to us has potential. And our job at Hillgrove is to help nurture your character, to bring out the best in you so that you can enjoy success in life. Every secondary school will have two distinctive programs, Applied Learning Program, ALP, and Learning for Life Program, LLP. In Hillgrove, our Applied Learning Program is in Flight and Aerospace. Now, what is this Applied Learning Program? Basically, it's a way for students to make sense of the theories and knowledge that they have learned in the classroom in a real-life context. So in our school, we have chosen to focus on flight and aerospace, right? And students get to see scientific theories come alive in a real industry. So we also introduce them to computational thinking, right? So the students get to learn how to code their air blocks, to control their air blocks. We also use games such as Potato Pirates to help the students to learn simple coding language. All this will definitely be interesting and hands-on for the students. To enable our students to have varied exposure outside of the classroom, over the years the school has established very strong partnerships with organizations such as CAAS as well as Singapore Polytechnic. So in this slide here, you can see the opportunities given to my students to visit real industries, to find out how the aviation sector works, what are the various jobs and opportunities that are available to them. I know that at this point in time when COVID-19 is still upon us, we may feel that, is there still a future in our aviation sector? We are definitely hopeful because Singapore is an open country, and I'm sure that in time to come, right, there will be lots of opportunities for our students again in the flight and aviation sector. We have a very established ALP program in flight and aerospace. So back in 2013, when Prime Minister Lee visited the school, he was sufficiently impressed, right, to actually mention us during his National Day rally. And over the years, our school was mentioned in the media several times, right, for the interesting approach that we have towards learning of science, learning of STEM. So as you can see from the slides here, this was mentioned during the Parliament debate back in 2015. In this slide, you will see photos of this competition that my students took part in. Now, have you ever wondered how a paper plane will actually fly in a zero gravity environment? Can it actually fly? How would it fly? That was the hypothesis my students put up, and this hypothesis was actually chosen as the best among all the entries in Singapore, and we became the first secondary school, right, in Singapore to be selected and representing us at the world stage. So my students were actually flown over to Japan, where they got to see an astronaut conducting their experiment live. And I always say I have the bragging rights because NUS High only managed to win the competition after us in the year following. Right, so if you want to know the answer, whether paper planes can actually fly in a zero gravity environment, come to Hillgrove, find out from my students. In 2019, the school was also featured on Channel 8 News, 师承有约, where we were able to share about our flight and aerospace program with the audience. Because of the exposure our students have received, we also found quite a number of them moving on into flight and aerospace related courses and careers. Just to cite an example, right, we have Captain Sharma, who is a RSAF pilot, flying a helicopter. We also have Joshua from the class of 2016. When he was with us, he was already very interested in aviation. He went on to do very well in his O-levels and went on to get a scholarship from Singapore Poly. And we have Jovan from the class of 2020. He was a normal academic student who did very well in his N-levels, and he moved on to Singapore Poly under the Polytechnic Foundation Program, or PFP in short. Over there, he did so well that he also received the SP Engineering Scholarship. In line with our emphasis on STEM, we have introduced applied subjects at the upper sec level. We are in fact one of the few schools in Singapore that offer applied subjects like electronics and mobile robotics. So if your child is somebody who enjoys hands-on learning into STEM, right, you can consider joining us because we offer such subjects at the upper sec level. So parents, if you are considering schools, one of the tips that I can give you is to consider the subject combinations offered by the schools. Our LLP is in the arts. Now, the focus of LLP is slightly different from ALP. In LLP, the emphasis is on helping the students to acquire social-emotional competencies, learning life skills such as teamwork and conflict management. So in our school, the Arts LLP, we expose the students to a range of arts modules such as in photography, digital art, and drama. One of our signature programs is the annual Music Fest. Now in this Music Fest, the students are actually put into student peer groups. They are put maybe into groups of 5, and as a group they have to decide the music piece that they want to perform to a live audience. So as you can imagine, putting a group of students together, they will argue a little bit, they will negotiate with each other to finally decide what piece that they want to perform, and they have to find out from themselves how they can pick up that piece, right? And they will perform to the live audience. And this is a very interesting event that has gained a lot of traction over the years. It has become part of our culture where even the alumni will come back to support their juniors in doing it. So the emphasis is not so much on how well they can perform the piece, but rather the encouragement that they give to each other to persevere on in learning something new, and also to demonstrate the team spirit as they come together to perform that live piece in front of an audience of their parents and their relatives. The other signature program that we have is Hillgrove Got Talent, right? This is our in-house talent show where students can showcase whatever talents that they have, be it singing or dancing or acting. And they enjoy this platform very much because they get to showcase in front of their classmates and their schoolmates, right? So this is a very interesting event that takes place once a year. For students who are in our performing arts CCAs, they will also get a chance to perform together in our biannual Sparkle concert. And back in 2018, right, the students had the first chance to perform at an external venue, which of course they were so excited about. They went to SOTA and we put up a wonderful show. So these are some of the opportunities that we give to our performing arts students, right, other than just taking part in the SYF or some of the school performances. We love seeing them perform at an external venue in a good setting, right, with good acoustics. Because of the exposure our students have received through the Arts LLP, we found that a lot of them have gone on to pursue arts-related courses and careers. So as can be seen from the backdrop just behind me, we have students who have gone on to become architects, become art teachers, and even an actor, right? And I believe they are all pursuing their love and passion for the arts now. Fatina Mira, who was from our class 2008. During the circuit breaker, I'm not sure whether you have watched this video that was quite frequently broadcast on TV, right? Majula Singapura, our national anthem, was played against several images to inspire Singaporeans amid the COVID-19 situation. And the lady behind the singing of this national anthem was our alumni Fatin. She was a president of the school choir when she was with us. She loves singing, and she has gone on to pursue singing as her career. And for this section, I just want to talk to the Primary 5 students who might be tuning in as well to find out more about Hillgrove. If you intend to join us through the Direct School Admission Exercise or DSA, right, I just want you to know that these are some of the talent areas that we are looking for: STEM, leadership, and in the area of the arts, right, through band, choir, Malay dance, and modern dance. So if you have demonstrated any passion in these areas or you have participated actively in these areas, right, you can apply to us through the centralized DSA portal when the application window is open sometime in early May next year. So this is for the P5s who are intending to apply to Hillgrove under the DSA next year. Now, another thing that you would like to consider in schools is their culture. What is their culture of the school like? In Hillgrove, our culture is encapsulated in the word CARE. CARE stands for collaboration, affirmation, respect, and excellence. This is how we want to interact with each other. This is how we want to live and work and play alongside one another. We believe in working together towards a common goal. We believe in celebrating each other's strengths, and we want to be an inclusive school where every child feels belong. And of course, we always give our best in all the things that we do. CARE, collaboration, affirmation, respect, and excellence. In Hillgrove, we have a nurturing environment, and this is possible because of certain practices that we have. So for example, Knowing You is a time set aside in the morning for teachers to get to know their students on a one-to-one basis. And as all good Asians, we love to eat, and we come together to eat through big breakfast. So that takes place once a term, where a class comes together to plan what they want to enjoy as a class, and they will bring the food in, and they will have the time together to bond as a class. Right, in this photograph here, you will also see the students sitting in a circle. This is known as circle time. Right, this is an avenue for students to speak their mind, to share about issues that are of concern to them, and they work together to find resolution. They work together to solve problems that they face as a class. On my right, you will see an example of a praise card. We believe in acknowledging the good work that students have put in, the improvements that they have shown. Right, so don't be surprised if you receive something from your mailbox from the school. It is not always bad news from school. We do share good news through the praise cards. Right, so that's an example of a praise card that a parent has received and was very thankful for, because she felt so encouraged to know that the son was doing well in school. We care for our students with the hope that they will go on to care for others as well. So as espoused in our school vision, reflective learners, caring changemakers, we do want to give our students the chance to make a difference in the community they are in. And one of the ways we do this, again, we go back to our students' strengths and passions. If they are good in something, can they use that to benefit the community that they are in? So in the slide, you will see our students who are strong in maths and science doing peer tutoring as ACE leaders for lower sec students. You see students who are strong in English going over to our next door neighbor, Lianhua, to do reading program with their young readers. Right? We also have another group of students who regularly did feeding program at Renchi. Right? This is a very meaningful activity, because the students really interact at close range, right, with an elderly that they are taking care of, and they go in to feed them dinner to elevate the workload of the nurses there, who sometimes may be quite tied up. Right? So these are some of the VIA opportunities in our school to enable our students to make a difference as caring change makers. In Hillgrove, I'm supported by a team of strong, caring, and competent teachers, and many of them have actually won national level commendation. And these 4 teachers that you see on the slides are just some examples of teachers who have won national level awards. Right? They have won awards related to good teaching. They have won awards related to their care and concern they have shown to their students. So I'm pretty sure if you join Hillgrove, you will be supported by good and caring teachers here. I think what heartens us the most is when we find out that our students have gone on to pay it forward. So in this slide here, you'll see one of our alumnus, Mr. Firdaus, right? He graduated from Hillgrove some time back, and recently, back in 2019, he was featured when he graduated from NUS, right, with a Bachelor of Social Sciences with the highest distinction. And he's also the recipient for MOE Teaching Award and President's Book Award. Now, what is remarkable about him is that, right, while he does well in his studies, right, he has also spent a lot of time helping out the community. And he has chosen to become a teacher because he wants to be in a place to influence the younger generation. This is Firdaus, our alumni. Now, I will share with you about our school results. In the 2020 GCE O and N level examinations, the performance across all streams in Hillgrove all met MOE-defined expectations. As you can see from the slide, the Sec 4E Express cohort scored a mean L1B5 aggregate of 19.6, with 91.6% being eligible for polytechnic admission and 55.8% eligible for junior college admission. In terms of progression to the next level of study, 83.3% of our 5NA cohort were eligible for polytechnic admission. Now, this is the highest progression rate that we have achieved since 2010. For the 4NA cohort, 96.3% passed at least 5 N-level subjects. This is above MOE-defined expectations. For the normal technical stream, they attained an ELMA B1, which means English, Maths, and Best 1, aggregate of 7.8. 96.3% attained at least 3 N-level subject passes. Their results are also above MOE-defined comparable schools and national mean. If you are interested to join Hillgrove, these are our indicative PSLE score range based on the 2020 Sec 1 cohort. So for Express stream, we are looking at between 14 to 19 points. For normal academic, 21 to 24 points, and for normal technical, 25 to 28 points. As this is the first year that we are under the new PSLE scoring system, I just want to highlight to you, parents as well as P6ers, that the choice order of schools is very important, right? Academic merit will still remain as the first criterion for secondary school posting. However, if two students have the same PSLE score and they are vying for one place in a school, then tiebreakers will be used. First, citizenship. Secondly, choice order of schools. This means that if you prefer Hillgrove, then you should put it in your higher up in terms of choice order over another school. Right? So choice order will be used. You need to indicate the preference of your schools very carefully. I think Ms. Ho Ping, when she was the DGE for MOE, summed up our school's ethos and mission the best in these words that she left behind in the guest book when she came as a guest of honor for our 2013 speech day. In the guest book, she wrote these words: "My deepest appreciation to all of you for having been instrumental in shaping the lives of so many students from the neighborhood. You have provided them a strong foundation for them to take wing. And this really sums up the sense of mission that we have as a school, that we want to bring out the best in every child, provide them wings to soar even greater heights." I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you for staying with me. So if you would like to find out more about Hillgrove, I encourage you to scroll down our website where you can see many more videos about the very interesting, distinctive programs that we have here. So do visit our website, find out more, and I hope to see your child join Hillgrove next year. Thank you.